From poor and hungry to too rich to fight. The Alex Pereira problem. Picture this. You're on top of the world. You've climbed the mountain faster than anyone thought possible, holding championship gold in not one, but two divisions. You've silenced the critics and earned a small fortune along the way. So what happens next? Do you keep that fire burning, or do you start to get comfortable? That's the question on every fight fan's mind as we look ahead to UFC 320, where Alex Pereira will get his chance at redemption against Magomed Ankalaev. This isn't just a rematch, it's a test of Putin's hunger. And according to one fellow contender, that hunger might be gone for good. The problem with success: when Alex Pereira first burst onto the UFC scene, he was a force of nature. He was the stone hand with a devastating left hook that seemed to have a homing device attached. He rose to the top with a level of ferocity that was breathtaking to watch. But after a dominant reign at light heavyweight, his luck ran out. In a shocking turn of events, he lost his title to Magomed Ankalaev at UFC 313. The 5-round war wasn't the violent, lights-out finish we've come to expect from Pereira. Instead, it was a gritty, grinding defeat that left many wondering if the magic was gone. Now, with a rematch set for October 4th, Putin has the chance to win back his belt. But as one fighter points out, a win might be harder than ever to come by. Is Alex Pereira too rich? Zhang Mingyang, a rising star in the light heavyweight division, isn't just a spectator. He's a contender with his own sights set on the title, and he has a grim prediction for Pereira. I think Ankalaev can defend his title because I think Alex Pereira is not as motivated as before. Zhang told MMA Fighting, "He has earned too much money. He's too rich." I think no matter who you are as a fighter or as a human being, if you are too rich, you are just kind of lacking of motivation compared to when you are young, when you are poor, when you are hungry. Let that sink in for a minute. The man with the devastating knockout power might be losing because he's lost that primal fire. He's no longer the young, hungry fighter with everything to prove. He's a two-division champion with a bank account that most of us can only dream of. And it's a problem we've seen before. The most famous example, of course, is Conor McGregor. The notorious one reached the pinnacle of the sport, becoming the UFC's first simultaneous two-division champion. But after that historic victory, his career took a sharp nosedive. Since 2016, he's only won a single fight. Many believe the reason is simple. He became a global superstar and a multimillionaire, and with that came a loss of motivation. Could the same fate befall Alex Pereira? Is his success, ironically, the very thing that could cost him his belt? The stakes have never been higher. This rematch isn't just about championship gold. It's about legacy. It's about proving that the fire still burns. If Pereira loses, the narrative will be clear. He's a victim of his own success. He's no longer the stone-cold killer we saw in his rise to power. He's a rich man, a champion who's lost his edge. But if he wins, he'll prove the critics wrong and solidify his place as one of the greatest fighters of all time. He'll prove that you can be rich, famous, and still have the heart of a champion. As for Zhang Mingyang, he'll be watching closely. He knows that if he wants to be a champion, he has to keep that hunger burning. And with a massive fight against Johnny Walker at UFC Shanghai, he's got his own chance to move one step closer to the ultimate prize. The question remains, will the next light heavyweight champion be the one who's too rich to fight, or the one who's still fighting to prove he's the best in the world? We'll find out on October 4th. The question that haunts every champion. So, what does this all mean for Alex Pereira? When he steps into the octagon at UFC 320, he won't just be fighting Magomed Ankalaev. He'll be fighting the doubts, the whispers, and the immense pressure that comes with being a champion. Can he rediscover that hungry mindset that drove him to the top? Can he tap into the same savage instinct that made him so dangerous in the first place? The truth is, it's a question every successful fighter has to answer. It's the constant struggle to maintain that edge, that fire, that first love of the sport mentality after you've already achieved your biggest goals. It's a mental battle as much as a physical one. We've seen fighters fall victim to it time and time again. The good news for Pereira is that he has a chance to rewrite the script. A decisive win against Ankalaev would silence all the critics and prove that his motivation is still intact. It would show that the loss at UFC 313 wasn't the end of his reign, but a wake-up call. It would be a testament to his mental fortitude and his commitment to